Brian, thanks for the sauce. Again, been wanting to try this one. I'm really glad I've had the opportunity to try another British sauce on the show here. I'm glad to feature some UK stuff this season, which wasn't so sure that I was going to be able to do that. But hey, again, with Bry's help, Upton Cheney's hot habanero sauce. All right, guys. So while I have this super oniony, super garlicky thing going on in the mouth right now, little residual tang maybe hanging on in the back of my tongue as well. Got some nice pepper warmth going on in the mouth, particularly towards the back of the tongue, back of the roof of the mouth area. I'm going to talk a little bit, guys. All right, hey, so here on the panel, the debates keep raging on. I've been still debating on a regular basis. It seems that the Lord has called me to preach to the homosexuals. This is still continuing on, guys. Never getting much of a break between it. I can't exactly say this is fitting directly in my comfort zone, but hey, the Lord calls us out of that sometimes. So anyway, some interesting points I want to bring up here is I've been hearing some pretty wild things from people. Obviously, again, people not too schooled in the Bible. But some interesting points here. Some have said only the Gospels matter. Okay, the rest of the Bible written by men. I've heard this one from multiple people. This isn't just coming from one person. Another argument is they don't care what God has to say. Only what Jesus says matters. As if that makes any sense. Okay, so looking at this type of stuff, which I've come to the conclusion, this is kind of the gay man's clause, okay, or their excuse not to read the Bible, because we have the Old Testament. It talks about, it condemns homosexuality, okay. Then we have the books after the Gospels. Again, we see homosexuality is condemned, whereas Jesus doesn't say anything directly about homosexuality in the course of his conversations. Okay, so this leaves that narrow margin of safety going on there with only the Gospels are true. Okay, that way people are able to deny their living in sin and still justify themselves before God. All right, so anyway, first of all, who picks up a book, okay, and reads from the middle of the book on, okay? Boy, you miss a whole lot of the plot doing that, right? You miss a whole lot of understanding of the characters or their motives by just reading part of a book, okay? The Bible was meant to be taken as a whole, okay? What Jesus says, God says, okay, because Jesus is God. All right, so that's an easy one for any Christian to understand. So anyway, Old Testament important. Jesus cites the Old Testament quite a few times. We kind of see the fallen world of the Old Testament, okay, and that gets contrasted against the New Testament, where we see the coming of Christ. It's our renewal, our reconciliation with God through Christ. So yeah, kind of interesting stuff. I'd maybe going to talk a little bit more about this as it goes on, because it's just interesting to understand correlations between the Old Testament and the New Testament. I'm kind of using this episode here as a little bit of an introduction, and it was these conversations I've been having are kind of the root of where my next series of discussions are coming from. So hey, let's take a little bit of time over the next few shows. We'll talk about some relations between Old and New Testament, and perhaps maybe New Testament after the Gospels. Look at a little bit of the epistles and such things. Maybe even touch upon Revelation. But this will be over a course of a couple shows here, because as you guys know, we are always pressed for time. So for now, I'll wrap it with that. We'll be back with hot habanero sauce for from Upton Cheney Chili Company out of the UK. So hey, I'll be back 8 to 10. Alright, welcome back to the panel. Guys, we're here again. Wow, got a little bit of heat in the back of my throat there for a minute. Okay, we're here again with hot habanero sauce from Upton Cheney Chili Company. Again, out of the UK. Again, courtesy of Bry from the Eon 38 channel. Go check out his chili shows. Again, love the cooperation going on. We had Carl with the Hendrix Heat channel. And now we have Bry with Eon 38's channel. And yeah, hey, take one more look at that, guys. Looking pretty good. Actually seeing a seed, I think, in there as well. But anyway, guys, alright, so notable for two things. Our first UK sauce for the season. Second, the only hot sauce that I ever smelled. Guys, that kind of reminds me of cheese crackers. So I believe that is due to the vast amount of onion and garlic that we find in this guy. Kind of has a sour cream and onion type of taste going on to it. I guess that's the blend of that vinegar and the onions and garlic all coming together to give it that flavor. Would have liked to seen something a little more chili focused, though the flavor is really good, guys. Fresh vegetable flavors going on. Would have liked to have tasted a little more of the pepper flavor, though it did manifest itself as heat. Not so sure that it was so powerful for the habaneros and jalapenos, but certainly a pleasant sauce. Should go pretty good on food. And yeah, hey, our first encounter up in Cheney Chili Farm. Again, something I've been looking for, guys. So hey, sometimes you have to ask and you will receive. So again, pretty good friendship, good thing. Alright, so hey guys, we're gonna wrap the show for today. So in the meantime, you read your Bibles, you say your prayers, and tune into the chili panel. Alright, we'll see you. Bye bye.